Hey everyone, this is a very fast-paced tutorial, so let's jump right into it. I'm going to show you how to create my go-to reverse smoky eye look, and I'm starting off with Jessie's Girl's eyeshadow primer and just applying it all over the lid and buffing it out. I love using this brush to buff out any kind of primer or concealer. It really leaves a flawless finish. I quickly dust on some translucent powder using the Morphe M510 brush. I believe dusting a base over the lid really helps create a seamless blend when applying the rest of the shadows. The Real Techniques 200 Oval Shadow Brush is a great brush to use when packing on a shade onto the lid. Here I'm taking Blur from Melt Cosmetics Dark Matter Stack and packing it onto the outer half of the lid. I'm going to be taking the shadow called Unseen, also from the Dark Matter stack by Melt Cosmetics. Oh, and by the way, I'm using this entire stack for this look. And I'm going to be applying it to the inner third of the lid. I love using this Morphe M441 brush because it's packed with bristles and it's the perfect amount of fullness and firmness to pack on the shadow in the crease. Taking that Real Techniques 200 brush again and applying a little amount of blur in between the colors just to basically soften any harsh lines. Now taking Enigma on the same M411 brush and quickly dusting some shadow in the inner third of the lid, just a little below where we had placed Unseen. That same Real Techniques 200 brush and no extra product, just buffing in the inner corner to basically soften any harsh lines. Taking Enigma again, and it seems like the only frame I had of this eyeshadow had to be upside down, of course. But I like to take a brush that's a little more dense to really pack on the shadow so it can be really pigmented. Here I use a Sephora brush and it seems like the number has rubbed off, but very similar would be the Morphe M433, but you can use any firm blending brush. I switched over to the M411 brush just to blend in all the colors really quickly, and I'm going back in with that firm blending brush and packing on some more pigment of the same color Enigma. Taking my M504 oversized pointed blender brush and a little bit of Unseen and buffing in the shadow in the very center of the lid. I'm going for a very flawless blend between the eyeshadows, so I tend to add shadow and go back and forth to wherever I feel has lost some pigmentation. I dusted on a little bit of blur with very light pressure to the outer corner. If there's one thing I taught you in this video, it's learning how to read upside down. Now grabbing some more of Enigma shadow and packing it onto the inner corner. As you can see, I grabbed a very small amount of dark matter and I'm packing it very, very lightly into the inner corner. Just checking every time I basically pat the lid to see if it's enough pigment or if I need to go back in with it. And I do this a few times. I take my M504 brush again with some more Enigma eyeshadow and dust it over that dark matter to deepen the color to a more burgundy shade. Now taking my Dose Cosmetics black liner and I'm going to be lining my bottom lash line and waterline. Now using my favorite smudger brush, the Morphe M508, and buffing on some dark matter shadow on my bottom lash line. Using my Morphe E36 brush with some more Enigma shadow and placing it right on top of the black. I drag it towards the outer corner, putting less pressure on the brush as I go outwards. Taking the E18 brush and some more Unseen shadow and running it across the bottom lash line to really smoke it out. I try to blend the two eyeshadows very seamlessly, so I go back and forth, I'm trying to create that seamless blend. I then go back in with a little bit of dark matter since I feel like the darkness has faded off a bit, and just run it on the bottom of my lashes. For the final touch, I take some Unseen to really blow out the bottom lash line, and the look is complete. I now take some falsies. They're flutter lashes in the style Slayla. These are my ultimate favorite, and I just pop them on and pop on some mascara. I then take my M530 brush and I use it to dust off any fallout, and as well as to buff in the translucent powder I had left on to bake. I finished the rest of the face off camera, adding some highlight, contour, and blush. And now to complete the look, I'm taking Colored Rain Matte Lip Paint in the color Soul. It's my ultimate favorite lip. It's not too dark and it's not a nude, of course, but it's the perfect grayish purple. I'm in love. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. I feel like this is the perfect fall look, but then again, when do I not dress like it's fall? But thank you again, and if you like it, please give me a thumbs up and see you next time.